Okay, this is the last game where we tie it all together. I'm going to flip over a Scrabble tile and it will have a letter like A. And we say, well, an A, C, E, G, that's how we spell it, A chord with a seventh on it, is what kind of chord? Major seventh, dominant seventh, minor seventh, diminished seventh, or half diminished seventh. And if you've done the training before and you have the wherewithal to think about this, this is really easy because you just remember and select out. For instance, I turn over this right there, G. Okay, GBD plus an F, right? Well, which one of these is it? Well, GBD is a major triad. Which one of these has a major triad in it? And the answer is dominant chord and major seventh chord. So it's one of these guys right here, right? So the difference is that has a major seventh, right? It goes down a half step from the root, and this one goes down a whole step from the root. Let's check it out on the keyboard. Here's my G right there, GBD, and if I go down to the F, that's a whole step right there. So this is a dominant seventh chord because it has a major triad and a minor seventh. And it couldn't be anything else but possibly these two because all those other ones don't have major triads in them, okay? So let's try another one then. How about that one right there? E, EGB with a D. Well, what kind of triad does this make? EGB is minor. Do any of these have a minor triad in them? And the answer is, well, actually, only minor seven chords have a minor triad in them. So this is going to absolutely be a minor seventh chord. And if you check out the seventh below, right, we go E, G, B right there. We go down to the D. That's the whole step. So that's a minor seventh down. So let's try another one. How about this right there? BDF with an A. Well, BDF is a diminished triad. Which one of these are diminished triads? And that would be the diminished seventh chord and the half diminished seventh chord. Well, which is it? Does it go down to the A, BDFA, as a whole step, or 1.5 steps? Here's my B, here's my D, here's my F, there's my A. It only goes down, right? A whole step. So B is going to end up being half diminished, diminished triad minor seventh. Now, before we go on with all of these, I'm going to make this really easy for you, okay? There's no triad and seventh without a sharp or a flat that makes a diminished seventh chord, because we already know that BDF is diminished and the A makes it a half diminished because it goes down a minor seventh. There are no other triads on the white notes of the keys that are diminished, so there's no possibility to make a diminished seventh chord without using sharps or flats or something like that, okay? Similarly, D, E, and A are the only minor triads, so those ones are going to be minor seventh chords for sure, and none of the other ones can be, okay? So it really just comes down to this, F, C, and G right here. F, C, and G. Now we just learned that GBD is a major triad and F going down to it is a whole step, so it's dominant. F and C are the only ones with a major seventh on them, and so they're going to be this right there. Let me just show you how that looks on the keyboard right there. If I have an F chord starting on F, F-A-C, and I go down to the E, it's a half step. That's a major seventh down, right? If I have a C, E, G like that, it's a half step down to the B, so that's a major seventh right there. Notice that nowhere else on the keyboard, well, sorry, everywhere else on the keyboard between the notes is a black key, making it 2 half steps or a whole step to get down. So, if you're ever asked, hey, here's some notes and they don't have any sharps or flats on them, is this a major or a minor seventh down from the root? If it's not F and it's not C, it's always going to be a minor seventh from the root down to the seventh, all right? So that means we can be very good at remembering and eliminating. Let's try this now. Here we go, ready? C chord. C, E, G is a major triad. B is the one that goes down a half step to major seven, so major triad, major seventh is a major seventh chord. How about D? Well, DFA is a minor triad, and there's only one kind of chord here that has a minor triad. It's the minor seventh. DFAC, right? Okay. Do you get this right now? If I turn over an E, you already know that EGB is a minor triad. Nothing else except for minor sevenths have minor triads in them. EGBD, right, is a minor triad and a minor seventh, right? How about B? B lives alone on diminished island, BDF. It's a diminished triad. It can only be one of these two guys over here, but we already learned that diminished seventh chord is a dark place. It doesn't live anywhere without a flat or a sharp or something like that. B, D, F, and the A is the diminished triad with a whole step down, so it's a half diminished chord. And A, well, that's another minor triad, isn't it? ACE with the G, whole step down, right? And F. F is a major triad, FAC, right? And it's the other one that if you go down F to E, there's no black key in between, so that's the only other one with a major seventh. So it's a major triad and a major seventh. And then GBD, that's major, but then the F is a whole step down, right? Because there's a black key between G and F. So that's a major triad and a minor seventh. That's dominant right there. All right, I'm going to do these real quick, and I'm not going to say anything, and I'll give you a pause for a second, and you try and remember which one it is by whatever deduction you can use. Here we go. B, 2, 3. It's that right there. A, 2, 3. It's that right there. Okay. Oops. G is dominant 7 chord. D is a minor 7th chord. E is a minor 7th chord. C is, oops, get my hand out of the way, major 7th chord. And F is a major 7th chord. That's what they are when you spell them with no sharps or flats. All right? Onward to worksheets and things.